In court, he said, laughing, the judge is my friend. You're leaving this room with nothing, soldier. He wore the word like a sneer, soldier, as if service meant weakness, as if years of sacrifice made me disposable. My wife smirked, crossed her legs, didn't look at me. He's too scared to even speak. Look at him, she whispered. Not to me, to him. He slid a paper in front of me, his hand deliberate. The kind of move you make when you know the game's over. Sign it, now. I looked at the document. Property, pensions, custody of the dog I bought her the night I returned from overseas. Everything. Hers. He waited. She smiled. I picked up the pen and smiled back, just slightly, because I already knew how this ended. It started with the password change. Not hers, mine. One night I logged into our joint account, or tried to. Denied. The recovery email had been switched. Notified to a shared inbox she assumed I never checked. Wrong assumption. A week later, the savings were moved. Quietly, strategically. Then came the whispers. Mutual friends dropping phrases like, weird timing, and didn't you guys just refinance? She came home late, started wearing perfume again, the one she used to say gave her migraines. Then her phone lit up at 2:14 a.m. Miss you already. No name, just the message. But she smiled in her sleep. I sat in the dark, listening to the hum of the ceiling fan, letting the truth take root. I didn't confront her. I documented. I copied texts from her cloud account, exported them as PDFs, created a backup of the backup. Calls, voicemails, calendar invites to lunch meetings that never made it to her work schedule. I paid for a private investigator, the best I could afford. He didn't disappoint. Photos, hotel invoices, dinner receipts. Him, always him. The lawyer, Evan Marks, Harvard, charismatic, divorced, but only once. She met him through her firm's annual fundraiser. Apparently, they'd been involved for 6 months, maybe more. She planned everything, right down to filing first. Divorce, false claims of mental instability, even a protective order preemptively filed in case he lashes out. She was building a narrative, and I was supposed to be the silent ex-soldier unraveling. I let her believe it. I waited until the mediation meeting. No lawyers, just the three of us. I brought coffee, black, as always. They came in late, laughing. She wore white. He wore smug. She opened her folder, ready to dictate terms. Then I slid mine across the table, neatly labeled, color-coded, photos, emails, call logs, financial transfers between her and Evan, money moved into offshore accounts, some in her name, most in his. The silence that followed stretched like wire between us. She flipped through page after page, paled. He stayed quiet, for the first time since I met him. I leaned forward, calm. You should have known, I said. I don't fight with fists anymore. Court was public, so was the fallout. The evidence submitted sealed the outcome. Fraud, perjury, conspiracy. She lost the house, the car, the savings. He lost his license. The judge, the one he called friend, recused himself. Too late to save them. I didn't scream, didn't gloat, just sat there while the court-appointed attorney read the ruling. Afterward, she followed me to the parking lot. You planned this, she hissed. You let me walk into it. I turned, met her eyes for the first time in months. No, I said. You ran into it. And then I left her there. White dress, ruined face, mascara bleeding into silence. There's peace in knowing someone's true nature. It strips away illusion, frees you. She was the lesson I never wanted, but needed. Love, trust, forgiveness, they only mean something if they're not weapons. She used them all like knives. And I learned how to bleed quietly. That's the thing about people like her. They think silence means weakness. But I've seen real war, Real loss. She was just noise. And now, she's gone. And I have everything that matters. Even the dog. Especially the dog. Final settlement read, Pet custody, awarded to the respondent. I smiled when I signed that page. The last page. The only one that meant anything.